Hey guys, it's JQ Crafty, and I'm here with another Tuesdays in the Attic using Dusty Attic Sketches. Today we are on week 24, another double photo, two photo one. You could use one giant photo. Mine will be a little bit bigger because I don't think I'll trim these down too much because how cute is this? So this is my son, the first time he ever went to school. I'm trying to get his school album all caught up. I have photos printed so that I'm all set for that. But yeah, so I am working on his school albums, and I have some like missing pieces here, but we are going to scrapbook his first day of pre-K ever. So first day of school ever is what this one was. And I realized I have an obsession with Heidi Swapp. Obsession, because I have a bunch of her stuff and I haven't touched it because I just love it. And I'm so excited. I signed up for her storytellers class. So if you guys want me to make any content regarding that, let me know. But I'm excited to do her storytellers class. I'm really excited too. So, but here is old school. We're gonna play with this for his first day of school pictures, do our Dusty Attic sketch, and yeah, let's get started. So the first thing I do is I'm going through all these old school papers, and I know for sure I want to use this tie-dye one. I want to use it as my background, and then I really like this film blown up, like film strip one, or film negative, whatever you want to say. So I'm going to gut it so that I can frame that tie-dye one, and that's going to bring in some black. And then I'm just going to tack it down because I am going to go ahead and stitch it. And now I love the back of that where it says one of a kind all over in blue tone on tone. And so I will be gutting that as well after I get my main kind of center area, like section cluster figured out. So I wasn't sure what papers I wanted where right away. And I do kind of make some changes, but I really liked a little bit of this stripe and the lightning bolt in the back, and I end up actually trimming my photos down. I said I wasn't going to, but then after I decided getting my photos picked and looking at the sketch a little more, I decided I can trim them down a little bit. I'm going to mat them on black together, so they will be kind of one mat, and then there will be a little bit of a gap below one of them as well, but that I will fill with some embellishments and stickers and such. So it will not be a gap for long at all. But I hemmed and hawed between photos or papers. I kind of thought about using this tiger, but then ends up cutting it off and covering up completely. You really can't even tell it's a tiger, so what's the point? I do like the black idea there though, but then this kind of rainbowish lightning bolt paper, it just seems too much. I mean, the patterns I pick out end up being a lot of pattern as well, but they're not as big patterns, they're smaller patterns. So I decide, okay, let's bring some of this camo in because his backpack is camo, even though it's not blue, this camo paper, it will kind of emulate a similar feel because there's not going to be a ton of it, so it'll be okay. So we're going to frame the photos on the camo, and then I decided I did like having something black there to bring in the black, and so I'm just going to cut part of that black off that's on the opposite side of the tiger face, and I decide that this one chunk of the rainbow lightning bolt will be one of my banners, and then I'm going to have the yellow lightning bolt be another banner, and so I'm going to do the matting really quick. And I've kind of decided on a couple papers, so I still don't know what my main, like, bigger chunk is going to be and what the smaller part on the left-hand side is going to be. So obviously also based on what you're seeing here, probably not going to be having floral clusters on my page, right? No, I will not be, but that is fine. I will just have some clusters of some ephemera and labels and such, and that I like better. So I'm doing the matte with the black and see how there's like kind of a gap below the one photo. I will fill that. So yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this pink paper, and then I wasn't liking the way that looked, and I didn't like the other side, and I ultimately decided, you know what, this wave paper, this is what I want. It's a small print, it's a black and white print. You're not gonna be able to tell what it is. This is what I need. This is the type of pattern I need. I could have went and pulled from my stash and other things, but I had pulled all this out and I need to use up some of my Heidi Swapp. Not that I need to, but I have so much of it and I hardly touch it. So I'm going to tack these 2 pieces down, and then I'm going to go ahead and gut behind it. So I have at least a little bit of that one-of-a-kind print that's on the back of that tie-dye. I just line it up and just make sure I give it enough margin so that I don't have a giant gap where the papers aren't covering. And so then what I do also, so I will tack down that center part, and then I cut this out of my video just to edit some stuff down because it was kind of long. But I will then go on the back and washi tape all the edges. So wherever there's an edge, wherever paper has been cut out of, and there's not just big flat paper, I will washi tape the back of this. So that gets washi taped. And before I washi tape it though, I'm going to go ahead and stitch all the way around the outside, and then I'm going to put some stitching just kind of the top upper right corner of that wave block of paper, just to add a little bit of interest right up there, kind of above where the photos are going to be. So as I explained that, I was then cutting those banners and then cheating and using that lighting paper and just cutting in the middle and sandwiching it behind. And I ended up using that chunk of that striped paper and putting that on the right-hand side. I really like the way that looks. It gives a nod to the blue to bring it kind of forward because there's so much other color in those 2 other pieces of paper. So I'm doing that. I put that whole middle section up on foam and I stuck it down. So I used my Big Mama foam tape roll from Spiegel Mom's Scraps. Used that and got it stuck down. So now I've got all the ephemera out, and I'm going to start adhering things down. I liked this sticker, but then I remembered I saw in the ephemera pack a kind of a die cut that said Adventures, and it's on like that wave pattern. So I'm going to eventually move that sticker and put the Adventures on there, and put that sticker below that and kind of create a cluster kind of below that left photo and to the left there. Okay, I'm putting the foam on. I was going to start embellishing, and then I realized, oh yeah, I hadn't really stuck down the whole center yet, so I probably should do that. So we're going to do that first, and then we'll start embellishing. And I'm just going to use some wet glue and do some things, or glue some things down, and put some clear stickers. I got this clear sticker and putting that on some white paper, and I'm going to fussy cut that out. Apparently I kept that in, and that's going to go on the bottom right hand side of the photos. I'm going to find this awesome like days of the week ephemera piece or sticker, one of the 2, and stick that over on the left hand side. Some labels I really liked. This is a camera, it's a smile, put that right up in the center. I'll create kind of a subtle cluster up there with another label sticker, but it says but first and then ... because I might need photos. And then I will actually use some of the clear like palm tree stickers. Nothing to do with beach or anything, but it was nice just to add something kind of behind that cluster. And then the right hand side cluster we'll get some labels, half of labels, and I'll be cutting these labels in half here and then tucking the other one on the right, and then I'll put a palm tree thing over there eventually too. And then I'm trying to decide how I want to do my title, and I decided, you know what, I haven't played these stamps a lot yet. I think I've used them once, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. So I'm going to stamp out my title. It's just going to say, here we go, because this is the first day of his first day of school ever. So I wanted to then document too how we were very nervous, and he didn't seem nervous at all. And we both took the day off so that we knew we could watch or like be nervous together. But then we had a house project we wanted to do, so we kept ourselves busy. And yeah, it was kind of funny. I have another story that will be going on another page regarding that. He apparently he got let out at 11, and we thought it was 11:30. So the first day of school, we were both getting phone calls, and like, "Are you gonna pick James up?" And we're like, "What?" So we didn't realize he got done at 11. I thought it was 11:30. So we were late to pick him up on his first day. But yeah. We weren't used to this whole preschool thing. None of us remember having to go to preschool or only having half days of school. We just remember like elementary and middle school where we're there all day. There was no half days. So yeah, that story will go on another page, but this page will just talk about how we were so nervous, and he had talked about it all week, and he was smitten with his teacher from the day we met her, and we weren't worried about how he'd fit in because he's kind of a social butterfly, so... But yeah, so I did the black in the Here We Go, and then I did over top of that, I don't remember what color Distress Oxide at the moment. Let me go look. Oh yeah, it's crushed olive. So it's kind of a greeny, neutral color. But it went really well with a lot of the colors like in the camo and then the yellowish green colors in the collection. So, and then it did. So the stamp set comes with the black, like a outline and kind of a graphic nature on the letters, and then kind of the shadow part. So you can do the color. I think it would work probably better if you did the color part first and then do the outline part in black. I did the opposite, but it worked fine. But yeah, and then I will journal, add a label below and journal below that. And there you have it. So thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next week for another Tuesdays in the Attic, and we'll catch you then. Bye!